Hello, beautiful people. It is I, Vemilo Evergreen here. Now, my pronouns are he, him, but if you got something juicy to tell me or you root me on, girl is an exception. And welcome back to an all new episode of Tea with V.
I buy you English breakfast, sugar and cream right on the side. You know I'm really worth it. Tuning in your favorite show of mine, and all that really matters. You haven't let us skate for a little while, so come on in with me. So why don't you tune in and see what's on with Tea with V? You can all just join with me and watch some Tea with V. I know you'll have a blast and learn something real fast. So why don't you tune in and see what's on with Tea with V? All the latest hot trend topics, Tea with V, and the TikTok tea responses. Tea with V. You'll forget the quote of the week. Yeah. Tea with V. I'm happy that you're watching me on Tea with V.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in, come on in. Get yourself situated. I hope everyone had a fabulous week. I know that I did. I did a few errands here and there, nothing too particular. But cuffing season is upon us now. Are y'all ready for some cuffing season? Now, it has been getting a little chilly up in these neck of the woods. Now, I don't like being cold. Chilly is okay, but being cold, I cannot do. And when I tell you I woke up yesterday freezing, like shivering. Okay, I don't like the cold. Okay, unless I got a man underneath me to keep me warm, I'm not here for it. So let me know if y'all are ready for cuffing season, because I know that I am. Listen, I'm going to be sending out my cuddling contracts, my cuffing applications, so on and so forth, such as whose Netflix account are we using? Who is the big spoon or the little spoon? Or do we have nicknames? How long is this going to happen? Is this just going to be a seasonal thing, or are we moving this into something more serious? You know what I mean? So I think it's important to really establish, what y'all both want when it comes to cuffing. I know a buddy of mine by the name of Eli. Shout out to you, Eli. Love and miss you so much. But Eli was the one who actually got me into really understanding the elements of cuddling and me owning being, the cuddler and all of that. So shout out to you, Eli, for teaching me so much about, cuddling and this, that, and the third. So yeah, let me know. Are y'all ready for cuffing season? Because I mean, I am, but I'm not in a way. Like, I don't know. I'm mixed feelings per se. But without further ado, you know what time it is, and I know what time it is. All right, it is time for some hot chai topics. So get your teas ready, get everything, because we have much to discuss. Now, our first hot chai topic is regarding the crazy news about Jeezy filing a divorce from Jeannie. Now, they've been together for 2 years, but they've been dating for, I think, about 3 or 4 years prior. They were dating for a disco moment. They both, were divorced prior from previous marriages and whatnot, and apparently they were soulmates for each other, and Jeannie really fell in love with Jeezy. And the interesting dynamic about this whole thing is that Jeannie expressed multiple times. Now, if you're the real daytime fan, you definitely know that this girl was talking highly about not wanting to have kids and not wanting to get married again, and understanding who she is and this, that, and the third. Like, homegirl has been very vulnerable from the jump. And what I appreciate is how real she is. And I relate to Jeannie in a lot of different ways. But I also feel very sorry for her, because not only did she get married to Jeezy, but she ended up becoming a mom. And what I love about her is that, whenever she has an aha moment, she's the type of girl who will go on her YouTube channel and she will give out the tea, but more as an informative way of, listen, this is the signs, the struggles, the postpartum, everything that I went through, because I know I'm not alone, and I know everybody else experienced, or this is a possibility that this may be happening to you. So I give her credit where credit is due. But I guess, you know, it didn't work out for the long haul, which is very unfortunate because she expressed so much how Jeezy was really a monumental figure and a soulmate and someone who she felt that she could truly trust, to becoming a mother. And you know, she had no intentions, but you know, she followed through, and now she's a mom to the beautiful daughter that she has. A lot of people are getting divorced, by the way, including Hugh Jackman, and my man, Jeremy Allen White, is getting a divorce. You know, divorce, I believe in divorce. I think divorce is important. It's there for a reason. I mean, if you try everything else in your power to ultimately, you know, make it work and it just is not working, I do believe in divorce. You know, I wouldn't say that would be the first option, but definitely, you know, if things don't work out in the way that you plan to, I think that's fair. So sending all my light, love, and positivity to Jeezy and Jeannie, you know, during this difficult time. And, you know, maybe there'll be some reconciliation, but apparently to Jeezy, there won't be. So, oof, may y'all have an easy transition when it comes to divorce. High hopes and positivity to the Jenkins family. So apparently Drake is furious with security. Now, Drake was performing at one of his concerts, doing his little Hotline Bling, and apparently one of his fans just came up on the stage and really got close to him. Now, Drake, you know, pushed the fan aside, but he didn't realize that he was a fan. And now Drake was calling security, and Drake literally had to escort the boy off the stage. And by the time they got near the stage, the security guard just yanked the boy down. And Drake was, you know, saying, wow, y'all are slow as hell. Now, if I was Drake in this predicament, I would be very pissed off, especially during the times where, you know, celebrities, especially singers, are getting so much shit thrown at them. Like, you know, people are just going ham and throwing shit on the stage or at the artist, which is really not okay, and people need to stop doing that. But in terms of Drake, I would absolutely, if I was Drake, I would fire the whole security, like right then and there, because at the end of the day, I'm paying you to protect me. And the fact that some kid literally got on stage and was able to get this close, he's lucky that that boy didn't have a gun. He could have shot Drake right between the eyes, and that would have been the end of his career, because people are crazy as hell these days, especially if you're a high profile person regarding to stalkers and all of that. Like, you got to be careful. So Drake, do what you need to do, be the boss that you is, and fire that security team, all of it, because they literally did not do the one thing that they were paid to do, is to protect you. But yeah, I'm Team Drake on this one. Ain't no way nobody's gonna come up on my damn stage and acting like a damn fool and what? No. So Drake, do what you need to do and fire these people. But let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. Now, Ariana Grande is getting praised for being vulnerable in a recent Get Ready With Me Vogue edition video. And pretty much when she was getting ready, she owned the fact that she was part of the injections family. You know, she got a bunch of lip fillers, Botox, and all of that. And she got a little bit of emotional because she was saying around 2018, that was the year of hiding for her. You know, a year of just, you know, messing with her face, and she didn't like the way she looked. I give Ariana Grande a bunch of props for being honest, because not only is she a singer and an influencer, but she also has a beauty brand. So it's just like, you cannot lie about, you know, certain products that make your face look a certain way when you damn well know you have lip fillers or Botox or, you know, this, that, and the third. And listen, I'm pro surgery within reason. You know, if you don't like something, get it done, but don't overly get it done. Like, don't, you know, get a bunch of lip fillers and then you're starting to look like Daffy Duck. It doesn't look cute. So apparently Ariana Grande has stopped doing all procedures. But she did say, listen, you know, don't be surprised if I get a facelift in the next 10 years or whatnot, you know, maybe. But for right now, she's just enjoying herself. And you know what? I think also too, maybe she also wanted to admit that as well, as regarding to other BS that's been going around her, such as her allegedly breaking marriages. And she's also getting a divorce. And she was filming a movie that they had to stop production because of the strike. So she's going through a lot. Kudos to you, Ariana Grande, for being honest and vulnerable, and yeah, much respect to you. All right, we're clearly moving right along in our next segment, which I like to call Sipping on Some TikTok Tea. Let's get to it, baby. So our first TikTok video is by the user at Mr. Strange, and he spills the tea on how he wants his partner to play more of a feminine role in the relationship? Roll the clip.
I'm not gonna lie, yeah. If I'm dating a guy, I'm the man and you're the woman. And before everyone starts attacking me, what I mean is that when I'm dating a guy, yeah, I like doing boyfriend shit. And the guys that I like to date like doing wifey shit. And that dynamic I've always found works the best for me in my relationships because it brings out the best in me. Like, it brings out that side of me that I am most like naturally accustomed to. And me being in my masculine brings out the femininity in whoever I'm dating. And that's what's most comfortable for them. So the dynamic just works. And you have to think of it like this, yeah. If we're out and about and someone comes to try and start trouble with us, it's my job to protect you, to make sure you feel safe wherever we're walking. Because I know who I'm dating. Like, I'm not a stranger to what feminine guys face when they go out in public, especially by themselves. So for me, my main priority is making sure that you feel safe, because yeah, you might have your makeup done, you might have your nails done, and people might be looking at you a certain way, but when you're with me, like, you're not supposed to be worrying about anything other than looking pretty. Like, that's it. You don't have to worry about nothing. You don't even have to worry about opening the doors. Like, the doors are open. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, that's the kind of energy that I like to bring to a relationship. And the sort of feminine energy that guys bring to me in a relationship is where the balance, like, that's the perfect balance for me. And it's not for everyone, but it's what I have always found to be best, because it just works, you know. And I'm not expecting a guy to do everything in terms of what's traditional for women or feminine people to be doing. But at the end of the day, yeah, if you like doing if you like cooking, if you like cleaning, if you like doing etc., then more power to you, because that's what I like to receive from my partner. Do you get what I'm saying? And as I said, I'm gonna be handling shit. I like to be able to be the person that you can come to if you need something. And as I said, when we're out, to make sure that you feel safe. So yeah, it's one of those things, not for everyone, but it's for me, it's what I like. So yeah, I don't know, that's what it is, isn't it?
Now, I actually do not mind this. I think, you know, to each his own. Everybody wants something different and everybody has a preference. I think for me personally, I desire a more masculine man, you know, who's still in touch with his feminine side, but as someone who is more feminine leaning. And I still have my little masculine moments. But overall, I think for me, I just am more attracted to masculinity. You know, I love a rugged, you know, grungy man, but, you know, has, you know, beautiful, kind heart and very sensible and very, you know, gentleman-like and all of that, but still is a man. But what I appreciate about this particular creator is how confident he is in his sexuality and especially his preference, especially him being an openly black gay male, you know, knowing what he wants and owning it and being confident about it is hot and sexy. As someone who is a sensual dominatrix, if you will, what I find very interesting about the vessels that I encounter is that 9 times out of 10, my vessels are predominantly straight. But that's a whole nother conversation on another time. My thing is the way that I approach their, you know, way of thinking is someone who told me this. And a particular gentleman by the name of Rax Richmond, shout out to you, miss you so much, may you rest in power. He said to me, you know, he was attracted to femininity that didn't rely on the female body, which I thought was fascinating. So when I say that to my vessels, they're like, yes, absolutely. I'm attracted to femininity that doesn't have to rely on the female body. So again, preference, to each his own. I love me a little masculine man. I stand, salute, and subscribe. I don't mind a little feminine man every now and then. But overall, I would say that I do love a little masculinity. Just for me and my sake. I think it works best for me. I love it. But again, to each his own. But let me know in the comments what your preference is. Alright, so our second video is by the user at Raw, Real, and Unfiltered. And they spill the tea on a particular topic regarding your grown children who are figuring out who they are outside of the house. Roll the clip.
Never come visit me and blah, blah, blah. Well, do you start your phone calls with, oh, well, thanks for, you know, remembering me or whatever, you know, just, I'm like, whoa, don't do that. Like, just be grateful for the communication you do get.
If it's just phone calls for a while, just be thankful for that, because your kids are literally building a brand new life.
Yeah.
A whole world where they have to make decisions, support themselves, survive, all of it. That takes some time.
And they're figuring out who they are.
They are.
Outside of under your roof.
Yes.
They're figuring that out.
Yeah.
Okay, so what things am I going to do differently? What things do I want to implement?
Yeah,
you
what
know?
do I want my home to look like?
Exactly. You know, so if you're just such a helicopter parent that you can't even let go and let your kids be adults, and then you turn into a helicopter grandparent, and it's like, no, you have to.
Nobody's going to have any.
Now, I actually can relate to this in a lot of different ways, to a certain degree. You know, I'm not a parent yet. Maybe one day God will put it on my heart, but for the time being, I am 20-something. I don't need to be having babies. And yeah, I'm still trying to raise my damn self. But I think when it comes to one day being a parent, I automatically don't expect my child to call me, especially when they're grown and out of the house, because they have life experience that they need to live. You know, I'll call them. I would probably call them maybe twice a week, if that, you know, twice, you know, and if they pick up, they pick up. But I think I'll probably have a great rapport with them that they will answer me. And if they don't call me, then we'll do a text or a little moment, whatever is amicable for that child or that young adult, excuse me. I mean, there'll always be kids in my, you know what I mean. But I as a future parent, I would probably, I'm going to have a healthy relationship with my kids. And I say that so seriously. And I think, you know, when certain parents are expecting their kids to call them, the advice I would give to the parents is this: please be cautious of how you raise your children and how you show up for your children, because if you don't show up for your children the way that you should be showing up for your children, don't expect your child to speak to you when they become an adult. Do not expect your child to answer any questions or reach out to you if you did not properly sow the seeds of a real healthy structure and a great relationship. I had a decent childhood. Wouldn't say it was the best, wouldn't say it's the worst, but I'm probably in the middle. I mean, there were some hard moments, but I think I wouldn't trade or replace or, you know, regret anything, because I stand here today proud and who I am, and I'm a survivor, not a victim. So I would say to the parents out there, please be cautious of how you raise or how you show up in your child's life, because it really, you'll really know what job and what roles you play when they're out of the house. You see what I'm saying? So I agree with these ladies, and you know, I think it's just important to really be cautious of how you raise your children and how you show up. And you know, I plan to show up for my kid, and I plan to not only be present, but treat them as a human, show them respect, guide them, and send them off to the world, because they are a part of me, but they don't belong to me. You see what I'm saying? They're a part of me, but they don't belong to me. But, you know, maybe my perspective will change. This is just a 20-something-year-old speaking. You know, maybe if I'm in my 40-somethings, maybe I'll have it figured out. But until then, that's how I feel. But let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. So I don't know about you, but I love going to the movies. I do. I love going to the movies by thyself. So obviously you know what this next segment is called. Matcha Movie Reviews. Alright, so let's get to it. Alright, so this movie that I recently went to go see was A Haunting in Venice. Now, I did not mind this movie. Now, the movie itself was decent, wasn't over the moon, and wasn't completely awful. It was a moment. Not the moment, but it was a moment. And what I can say is that the film was beautifully shot in Venice. Oh my gosh, when I tell you I wanted to go to Venice so bad, they shot this movie very, very well. The cast was great. It was cute. It was a moment. I think the one person who really carried the story in a weird odd way was the little boy. The little boy was really, really great. But yeah, I mean, I would rate this film, I would give it maybe 3.5 matcha teas, but that's just it. Like, it wasn't really something that I would go and see again, but it was a moment. I think it's cute for a Halloween movie. You know, it's a murder mystery, which I love. I love a murder mystery, but though this was okay. The one murder mystery that I loved was Glass Onion, but I think that was I think if I had to go in order, it would probably be Knives Out, Glass Onion, the River on the Nile, and then this. But again, it was cute. It was a moment. The acting was okay, yeah, I don't know. Let me know what your thoughts. Did you see this film? And if you did, let me know what you thought about it. Please put spoiler before you get into the tea. That's my review. But please, again, let me know what your thoughts are down below, because I feel like this person who directed this film, who I'm blanking on the name, they did River on the Nile. And I feel like River on the Nile was way more interesting and way better. Even though they filmed it, I believe, during the pandemic, so there was a lot of green screen. But I don't know. This one, it was okay, but River on the Nile was way, way better. And you know what's funny? I didn't even get to see River on the Nile in theaters. I saw that on the regular screen. So this movie I saw in theaters. But I would wait till this movie is streamable, you know, versus going out. Unless you like to go out and have a little cute getaway, then by all means do you. But it was okay. All right, we're moving along in our next segment, which I haven't done in a disco minute. And that is cookie jar questions. Now, I have this cookie jar box, and if you're a true tea watcher, you damn well know that this is like old, 3 years old. You know, the first season of Tea with V, and that's when I was going live on Facebook, and I would do it Monday, Tuesday, Thursdays, and Fridays, as it says, on 5 p.m. Facebook Live, because I wanted to, you know, connect with the people during a very scary time. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pick out 3 random questions, and we're gonna answer them, matter of fact. So, you know, write down what your answer is in the comments below. All right, that's number 1. I'm not going to look. Number 2 and number 3. All right, let's see what our first question is. Okay, what do I really want from life? Man, that's a deep question. What do I really want from life? Honestly, to be happy and healthy, and to never stop creating. Always be creative. That's what I want from life, is to be happy, healthy, and, you know, always and forever inspired by, you know, the world and earth and all of that. Nature is so beautiful. Question number 2. What would you rather have? Your debt forgiven, or have guaranteed good health for decades? Oh my gosh, definitely good health all the way. All the way. I want good health. I want to be feeling like I'm still in my 20s when I'm probably pushing 40. You know what I mean? Like, I want to feel young and healthy and all of that. So I would definitely say that for sure. And then our final question. Do you wish you were born someplace else? Somewhere warmer maybe, but realistically, no. I think I'm very grateful where I was born. I was born in upstate New York, Sharon Hospital. Shout out to Sharon. I would love to live somewhere warm, but I'm really grateful where I was born, where I was raised, how I became. You know, I'm always in the state of evolving and all of that. So I think I'm definitely pretty content of where I was born now, you know, and I wouldn't change a thing. I would elevate, but I just wouldn't change a thing. But those are the cookie jar questions. Let me know what your answers are in the comments below. I would love to know your answers for sure. All right, to close out in today's episode, we are going to close out with the quote of the week. And the quote of the week is by J.C. Watts. And J.C. Watts says this: "It doesn't take a lot of strength to hang on. It takes a lot of strength to let go." And that was by J.C. Watts. Well, as always, thank you for tuning in today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Now, also, please don't forget, please send me your Ask V's. DM me on Instagram at Vemilo Evergreen. DM me your Ask V's so I can give you, advice, or, if you need any help with anything, I'm there so we can talk about it on the show. As always, make sure to like, comment, and share this episode, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to become a Vemizer, make sure to head over to my website, vemilomusic.com. Anything and everything about me is on there except my birth certificate or social security. But as always, please be safe, sanctified, and sanitary under these self-reflecting times, and I will catch you all in the next episode. Mwah. Bye.